today I'm reviewing the Neutrogena Stubborn Marks PM treatment. And really quick, I just want to say I purchase all these products with my own money. I'll never waste your time with sponsored ads or videos, so if you want to help support the channel, check out nobsbeauty.com, check out my Patreon community, or click on the link below. Okay, so yesterday I reviewed the AM portion of this, so today I'm doing the PM portion, although I'm not necessarily so convinced you have to use these as they designate. I think you can use the PM treatment and the AM. You can use the AM treatment and the PM. It doesn't matter. You can use them together or not. So keep that in mind. But I'm just going to go with it. Okay, so visibly correct uneven skin tone and reverse the look of post-acne marks with Neutrogena Stubborn Marks PM treatment. The #1 dermatologist recommended acne brand. This nighttime marks treatment supports skin's natural exfoliation process, which retinol isn't really an exfoliant. I know a lot of people think of it as, but it really isn't an exfoliant. It more helps with cell communication, cell turnover, but not necessarily exfoliation. It helps erase the look of post-acne marks, improves clarity and even skin tone in 1 week. The clinically proven formula contains retinol SA, a stabilized form of vitamin A that helps visibly correct your complexion so acne marks look less noticeable. Okay. So my first criteria is packaging, and I'm going to talk about the ingredients in a minute. I have no issues with the packaging. Very nice, effective, pump bottle. Heavy, but very effective. In terms of denatured or drying types of alcohol, this does not contain any of those, and it is also fragrance-free and has no noticeable scent. The manufacturing location for this one is the U.S. So then we get to ease of use. So this has a really nice texture to it, actually, like a lotiony texture. And it smooths into skin and absorbs quickly, which is very nice. And it plays well with other products. I have not had any issues with it pilling or anything like that. I typically do use this in the evening. I prefer to use my retinol products in the evening. You can use it in the daytime, but either way, be sure to use sunscreen. Retinol will make your skin more sensitive to being burned. So even if you use this at night, be sure to use sunscreen in the daytime. And if you use this in the daytime, use the sunscreen after it. So, okay, so they recommend applying it to applying evenly to cleansed face and neck. And if your neck is sensitive at all like mine, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. So they say precautions. You may experience a mild redness, a warm tingling sensation, or flaking. Retinol, there's a whole process called retinization for a reason. Starting a retinol can irritate your skin. It can cause flakiness. It can cause dryness. It can cause purging. So starting a retinol is nothing to take lightly. However, you're better off if you use a good retinol that contains other skin-soothing, hydrating, emollient, antioxidant ingredients. This one, I'll talk about the ingredients in a minute, but is not formulated that way. This one's pretty basic. So start out slowly. Do not start using this every single night. Start out, especially if you're new to retinol, start out, use it one night, skip 2 or 3 nights, then use it another night, and do that for a few weeks, and slowly work your way up. And there's some people that no matter what they do, they can't use retinol every night without their skin getting flaky. So it just depends on how sensitive your skin is. And be sure to use other hydrating products with it to prevent or reduce the likelihood of flaking and things like that. So otherwise, very, very nice, very easy to use and no issues. Just start out slow. Okay, so in terms of beneficial ingredients for this one. So we've got a skin conditioning ingredient, Myrtus Communis leaf extract, a good skin conditioning ingredient. Then we've got BHT, which is a preservative antioxidant chemical, which is slightly controversial. Some people don't like it. So it's an antioxidant and preservative. There's not a lot of ingredients that are similar to that. So then we've got the retinol, which is a cell communicating ingredient. It's anti-aging. It's anti-acne. It helps with skin texture. It helps with skin tone. It helps with fine lines. It helps with pigmentation issues. Also enhances collagen production. Retinol is the gold standard for anti-aging. And it can also help with post-acne marks. It can help prevent breakouts. So if you have issues with acne, retinol is an amazing ingredient to add to your routine, albeit very slowly and cautiously. And then the form of retinol they use, a stabilized form that I think Neutrogena has patented. So personally, using this one, I didn't really notice much difference compared to the other retinols I use. I'm trying to remember what percentage of retinol this one is. It's down towards the very end of the ingredient list, so I have a feeling it might be like 0.2% retinol or somewhere around there, so not a ton. But even a little bit of retinol will help with fine lines, pigmentation, marks, things like that. There are other products you can use and other ingredients that will also help, such as vitamin C, such as niacinamide. So retinol is not the end-all be-all, but it does help. Then we've got sodium hyaluronate, which is a good humectant, and then one I just mentioned, vitamin C, good antioxidant, good for skin brightening, although I think it's the third to last ingredient, so you're not getting a ton of vitamin C, but a little bit might actually help with marks and things like that. So overall, the ingredient list wasn't the most exciting, but they do have a few additional ingredients in here. Unlike the AM treatment, where it's like kind of a 1-star product or 1-star ingredient product, this one has a few more. So that's always nice. Okay, in terms of animal testing, Neutrogena is not cruelty-free. Performance. So, in my opinion, it's a decent to average retinol product. It's not as strong as other retinol treatments out there. The amount of retinol in here is not a ton. Probably enough that if you haven't used retinol before, you will start to notice some positive effects. The other thing I want to say about this is, ironically, this does contain several acneogenic ingredients. I'm not sure why they would use those in something that's geared towards those with acne-prone skin, but we've got Dimethicone, stearyl alcohol, Cetearyl alcohol, Butylene glycol, and Cetearyl. So, I was a little bit bewildered because there are a lot of other ways they could have went in this formula to not include a ton of acneogenic ingredients in something that's geared towards those with acne issues. Hopefully the retinol is anti-acne enough to overcome that, but I just wanted to mention that. Then we get to the price. So this is 1 ounce, 29 milliliters, and it retails for about $24, making it pretty affordable. Then we come to the it factor. In my opinion, it probably is not the absolute best retinol for very acne-prone skin because it does contain some acneogenic ingredients. It doesn't have a strong percentage of retinol, but if you're new to retinol, it's going to help. But if you have used a lot of retinols in the past, this one might not be enough to help, especially if you used other stronger retinols, especially the fact that it doesn't contain a ton of other beneficial ingredients in it. So it's probably going to be helpful for those who haven't used a lot of retinols before. However, if your main concern isn't necessarily acne, but post-acne marks and things like that, there's better options out there for skin with severe pigmentation issues, in my opinion. So, with a 10 being a perfect score, I gave this one a 7. Still a nice option and a nice affordable one. So, certainly well worth checking out. And I'm interested in hearing from you guys if you've had a chance to try this, or if you have a special a special sneak treatment that you love, or something that's kind of we don't know about. Leave a comment. I love hearing everything from you guys. So anyway, stay tuned for more tomorrow, and thank you so much.